Good evening, Knicks Nation. I hope everybody is safe and healthy today and enjoying your weekend. I hope you and your family are safe and healthy and enjoying your weekend. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field along with the first responders who are working hard to save lives 24/7. Blessings upon those that pick up garbage for us to keep our places clean and disease-free. And those also that make deliveries, especially on a night like tonight, for our convenience. Double blessings upon the men and women out here every day trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover the children and the teenagers that are the victims of child molestation, pedophilia. People who are also victims of pornography and child pornography, prostitution, child prostitution, human trafficking, sex slavery, heavy going on in the USA. Double curses on the perpetrators, the profiteers, and especially the perverts that create these devastating injuries to teenagers and children in this country. Finally, blessings upon the homeless. While we're sitting here having fun, there are almost 600,000 people in the street with no place to go. And millions around the world in similar or what's worse conditions. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. There's a basketball game in about an hour and a half. New York Knicks going to be taking on Sactown in Sacramento at 10 o'clock Eastern time. Hey, welcome, Michael Everhart. Who we got here? Michael Everhart, Cal Labe. Who up? Malik Shabazz, my man. DJ Geo, what's up? Steve Baptiste, my man. Organic Fanatics. What's up? G-Man 78, Malik Shabazz, Miss Margaret Edwards. How you doing? Donkey Raphael. How y'all doing? I hope everybody is enjoying their weekend. Stephen Kelly, my man. Jim Dobson. Guilford McCormick, my man. Severe Jorgensen, sorry. Blair V. Victor Rivera, what's up? Esco the Truth, what's up, y'all? I hope everybody's enjoying your weekend. The game is another, and in fact, Miss Stevenson, good evening. Another pivotal game for the Knicks. What's up, AA? Another pivotal game for the Knicks tonight. They beat, obviously, we know the other night. They beat and they won in their first game on the road. They beat. Let me see now. I almost forgot who it was. They beat in their first game on the road. Hold on. Let's get New York up in here. Oops. We get the Knicks up in here. Being fourth in the East, half game ahead of the Magic, who won last night. All right, here we go. So the Knicks just, as we know, they just beat Portland, right? They beat Philadelphia before that. They're 3-1 in their last four. This is a pivotal game, though, because Orlando just won last night. So the Knicks need this win to keep ahead of Orlando in the race for the fourth seed. Right now, the Knicks have back OG Anunoby. We're going to hear an official announcement on this probably in about 5 or 10 minutes. We'll hear an official announcement by 8:30 Eastern time from Tom Thibodeau. I'm expecting OG to play. The thing is that OG just had surgery to remove loose particles of bone in his elbow. So let's make a couple of assumptions. If the Knicks told us the surgery was successful, then that means there's no more loose particle of bone in his elbow. Okay? So the reason he was in pain to begin with, he had loose bone fragments in his arm. They removed them. Okay? But he did have a surgery. What does that mean? That means when he starts to use the arm in game situations, he's going to have some soreness and some pain. It doesn't mean he's going to be out any extended time. He's coming back from surgery, okay? So he doesn't have the same bone fragments that's in his arm that was there before the surgery. They're gone. They were taken out. So now it's just a matter of using the arm, strengthening the arm, healing the arm, okay? So he's going to have pain. Tibbs said it the other day. They were expecting him to go through times of discomfort, and they may have to manage his minutes. But I'm not particularly concerned with that. I'm expecting that OG will be 100% by the time we get to the playoff. And right now, let's just assume for the sake of argument he's not able to go 35 like he did the other night. He did 35 minutes the other night. Let's assume for the sake of argument, he can go at least 20 minutes. Well, shoot, that's good enough. Now, the thing is, the Kings and the Knicks are very similar teams. The Kings and the Knicks both have a guy that's on the verge of superstardom, an all-star caliber player in De'Aaron Fox. The Knicks have Jalen Brunson. They have also complementary pieces that go perfectly around De'Aaron Fox, including another all-star. So do the Knicks. So they're very similar. The Kings have a very deep bench. Now, tonight, they're going to be missing Trey Lyles. But they got a kid that's really, this is one of those situations where sometimes, not always, but sometimes a 4-year college player can come into the league and fit very well. Okay, it doesn't happen all the time. Don't look at a lot of people think because lightning strikes once, it's going to strike every time. No. But there's sometimes a 4-year college player because of their experience, because their maturity level, like Cam Johnson over in Brooklyn, that fits, that knows how to play team ball and fit. They may not be the superstar because they don't have the upside left, but they can fit right away. Keon Ellis is that type of player. They started him. They just stomped on the Lakers 120-107 on Thursday night. And Keon Ellis was in the starting lineup for the Kings because Kevin Huerter was out. Kevin Huerter will probably be back tonight, okay? Then you have Malik Monk, Alex Len, and you have, lights out Davion Mitchell. Off night, Davion Mitchell. So the thing is, they have one big man, Alex Len, and 3 small guys coming off the bench. Very similar to what the Knicks will have, even if you had Hartenstein coming to the bench, which I don't think they're going to do. But if you have Mitch Rob, Deuce, Precious, and Hart, you got a smallish guys coming off the bench. But they got 3. Monk, 6'3", Davion, like 6'1" at the most, and Keon Ellis is 6'3". They got all of them coming off the bench. So they got a very strong team. And then they got a nice, solid, a guy that, if you recall, I really liked him for the Knicks when he was coming out of Iowa, and Keegan Murray. I liked that kid coming out of Iowa. I thought, and I still think, he is really a miniature version, a small version at 6'7". He's a small version of Tim Duncan. Fundamentally excellent fundamentals, both sides of the basketball. High IQ, very high basketball IQ. Fits right in with pretty much any lineup, Keegan Murray, okay? And so he is their starting small forward, power forward, actually. And then you have Sabonis, of course, all-star, who's the complement to Juju, who's not playing tonight. So tonight you got Fox. I suspect Devo would be guarding Fox. Then you have Kevin Huerter, who is a very solid. Kevin Huerter is by no means a superstar, but he's a very, very solid ball player. Howdy doody looking dude that can. But the thing about Kevin Huerter, solid defender, solid passer, high IQ, very good spot up shooter. But he's got the clutch gene. Okay, Kevin Huerter got the clutch gene. He does. He got the clutch gene. So that's her. I think Devo would probably be on Fox, and you probably have Brunson on Huerter. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw that. Then you got Harrison Barnes, and that's a good matchup for Josh Hart. Harrison Barnes, again, he's more toward the tail end of his career. Harrison Barnes coming out of North Carolina. Harrison Barnes got the chip with Golden State. Harrison Barnes made his money, and now he's on the Kings trying to build with them, win the chip. I like the matchup for Josh Hart with Harrison Barnes. Then you got Keegan Murray, and you got Hartenstein and OG. I like OG on Hartenstein. I hear somebody, which one of y'all said it? Let me just make sure I get y'all. So, which one of y'all? AA said OG guard Sabonis. No, and the reason I say no, I'm not saying OG cannot guard Sabonis. And I'm not even saying that it won't be time tonight when he does guard Sabonis. But if Hartenstein is starting, you can't expect Hartenstein to stay with Keegan Murray. Does that make sense, AA? You can't expect Hartenstein to guard Keegan Murray. That's a mismatch. Okay, Keegan Murray's too quick, too clever. That's, as Clyde would say, shrewd, clever, slick. But Sabonis can play physical. That's one of his strengths. I like Hartenstein against him. Hartenstein, if anything, Hartenstein is physical. Okay, so Hartenstein, Sabonis, I like that matchup. I call that an even because of the fact, I'm not saying Sabonis can't guard Hartenstein, but Hartenstein can guard Sabonis. I do have. Now, that's a good, American Stevens brings up a good point, and I am going to bring that up. I kind of expect, to be quite honest with you, a Shake Milton sighting. Why do I expect a Shake Milton sighting tonight? Why would I expect that? Well, we all know that one bum is out of the rotation. Y'all seen that, right? I mean, I'm not just saying that. Tibbs took bum one. Bum Burks is out of the rotation. I think he played 4 minutes the other night. Am I right on that? He played 4 minutes against Portland. He played 4 minutes. I think he played 4 minutes against Portland. Let's make sure I'm not lying to you. But I think that's what happened. He played 4 minutes against Portland, and Tibbs said, enough. He put Deuce in that game, and Deuce played minutes that would normally go to Burks. So Bum Burks is out. I'm expecting Deuce to get 20, 22 minutes to play part 2 guard and also part point guard. But with now that Bum Burks is out of the lineup, I'm kind of expecting maybe we might get a Shake Milton sighting. We might get a Shake Milton sighting. We could use him in this scenario because Shake can come off the bench and Shake can possibly see. This is what you got for your bench right now. Bum Bodega, who can't guard his shadow. Then you got Deuce and you got Precious. That's what you got. That's your bench right there. Deuce can guard and Precious can guard. But Bodega, like I said, he can't even guard his shadow if you tied it to his waist. So I'm thinking you need another person. Now, we've already seen Tibbs done pull Bodega, Burks bum out the lineup, appropriately so. I'm thinking we might see a Shake Milton signing. What y'all think? I think we might get a Shake Milton signing in tonight. We should see it. We should maybe get a Shake Milton signing because I think we need him because Kings go small off the bench, and somebody got to guard Malik Monk. So I'm thinking if Keon Ellis is coming off the bench, I like Shake against Keon Ellis. I like Deuce against Malik Monk. And I like Shake against Keon Ellis. Then you're going to have Precious now. I'm not sure. Precious, well, it ain't going to be head up. Precious probably guard one of their starters. Yeah, Deuce can guard. I like Deuce against Malik Monk. I do. And I like Shake against Keon Ellis. I like Shake against Keon Ellis. I'm not saying Shake is better than Keon Ellis. I just think it's not a lost cause. Well, if you put Burks bum out there, it's a lost cause. But I think if you put Shake out there against Keon, I think we'll be all right. Now, Precious can guard. He can guard Sabonis. He can guard Murray. He can guard Barnes. If Precious is out there, this is why I am surprised that people still think Bodega bum is going to get some minutes over Precious. Precious can guard all 3 front line positions. And I believe he can even guard 2. What do y'all think? I think Precious can guard 2, 3, 4, and 5. The only question mark is 1. Okay, because they're shiftier, smooth, quicker, like that. But Precious can guard 2 through 5. And listen, Tibbs loves guys that can guard multiple positions. Precious can do that. That's why Bodega bum is out the rotation once either Juju or once Juju gets back or once Mitch Rob gets back. I don't want to see no more Bodega bum once them get back. We done with Burks now. And I tried to tell y'all, I really did try to tell you, y'all can bear witness, that the reason for that trade wasn't because those guys basketball-wise fit the Knicks. The reason for the trade was the $29 million that them bums represent. You see, I think $2 million of Bodega bums money is guaranteed. The other $17 million could be cut out. So give him his $2 million and let that bum walk. But what I'm saying is you got $27 million. right? And with that 27 million, you're going to have to use, I'm thinking you're going to have to use 4 or 5. I'm not thinking like some other people thinking you're going to overpay Hartenstein. You're not. I think 4 or 5 million on top of Hartenstein's 9 million would be enough. Then you're going to have to pay OG. Now that's where the big money comes in. You got to probably kick up another 11 million for OG, who's making 19 now. So you're going to probably kick up 11 for him. Then, so now you got 11 that you had to kick up. Then you got another, let's call it 5. That's 16. That leaves you with what? That leaves you with 11 more million. And you can play Precious with that. Precious already getting 4. Let's say Precious was going to get 10. You got enough to pay all 3 of them. That's why the trade happened. I know everybody's always rolling the dice trying to get some major superstar that's not even on the market. I hear you. The Don got that covered. Wait, I think iHeart is gone. Michael Everhart, with all due respect, please stop listening to these BS platforms. I don't know what the hell they talking about. Don't do it. Don't do it. The Knicks keeping Hartenstein. Let me ask you, Michael Everhart. I've talked to you for a little bit, and I think Michael Everhart, I'm not trying to pick on you. I think you're a very intelligent man. If you was the Knicks GM, would you keep Hartenstein? If you was the Knicks GM, would you keep Hartenstein? No. Okay, we're going to deal with that in a second. First of all, was Hartenstein an all-star? Was he an all-star? I mean, maybe he made the all-star team and I didn't know it. Did Hartenstein make the all-star team? I don't think he did. So for anybody talking 20 million a year, they need to stop using opioids. Okay? They need to stop using opioids. So let's be realistic. Hartenstein is now making $9 million this year. Okay? His salary ain't doubling. Come on now. His salary ain't doubling. It ain't. I'm not saying Hartenstein no scrub, but people trying to make it out to be he's some star. I think Hartenstein's realistic high-level value is $15 million per year. What you think? What you think, Michael Everhart? What you think? I think his realistic high-level value is about $15 million a year. What y'all think about that? Yeah, he ain't going for no damn 20 million. People be tripping. He ain't doing that. That's people that wants clicks. I think 15 million is realistic for Hartenstein. Before this year when Mitch Rob got hurt, he might have been talking 17. Or no. He's been talking mid-level exception money. What am I talking about? But now that Mitch Rob getting ready to come back, I'm telling you right now, 15 million is a good number for Isaiah Hartenstein. That's a good number for him. And you know what? This is my problem, y'all. I'm gonna tell you my problem. I can recognize my own issues. Let me tell you one of my issues. I remember what people say. I remember what they really say, not what I thought they said. And if you listening to Bobby Marks had the Knicks in the play-in the beginning of the season. Yeah. Bobby Marks was talking some foolishness, and now all of a sudden he changed. He's the one talking that 18 to 20 million for Hartenstein. And there's a reason that fool ain't in nobody's front office no more. See, sometimes you got to understand, there was a reason he was in the front office, but then he's not in no, ain't nobody hiring him. Now, why do you think that is? Ain't nobody hiring him. So let me tell you, the real value of Isaiah Hartenstein is somewhere in the neighborhood of $60 million. The total value of his contract. Somewhere, you might get 72, but I'm going to give you 60. Okay, now what does that mean? Let's call it even 72. First off, you guys got to know the Don by now. All right. You guys got to know the Don by now. Number one, whatever contract he gets Hartenstein to sign is going to have an option for the team at the end of it. Now, y'all know that. Number one. Number two, he ain't getting no 5-year deal. He going to get a 4-year deal. You know that, right? Am I lying? Come on now. Am I lying? He's going to get a 4-year deal. And that 4th year going to be a team option. Wait. Number 3, we're not even finished yet. You know the deal is going to be structured so that the Knicks don't go into the tax. So in other words, you might get a graduated deal or a deal that steps down. Mitchell Robinson's deal started high and goes lower. Okay? It started at like 15 million, 16 million, and it goes down. Okay? So that Don knows how to structure a deal with him and his boy, Brock Aller, to fit what we need. Now, I'm thinking his deal is going to be something in the neighborhood of 60 to 72 million, probably 65 million. Probably 65 million. Okay? So we talking about 15 million. Oh, yeah, I'm getting ready to watch the game. That's why you think I'm doing this early, AA. But he's probably talking about something like 16, 15 million. So now he's making 9 this year. So if we get to 16, we need what? 7 more. Because his 9 is already baked into the salary structure. Y'all catching me? The 9 is already baked into the salary structure. So what you're trying to talk about is how much over the 9 you're going to pay him. So you talk about another 7 million, y'all. That's all. And you're getting 27 million between Bodega Bum and Burks Bum. You're getting 27 million. Yeah, but see, brethren, this is what happened, Mike Everhart. It don't go like that. Like, they don't give a crap about what Mitch Rob is making. That don't matter. That don't matter. See, I know what you're saying. You're saying that's the market value because Mitch set the market. Mitch ain't set no market. If y'all remember, right, Michael Everhart, tell me, when Mitch was up for his new contract, when he was up for his extension, there was a lot of knuckleheads, including Bobby Marks, that was talking about trading him, or that maybe he can get the mid-level exception. Do y'all remember that? Oh, maybe because he's hurt so much, you can't pay him but too much. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? And now homie got 60. Okay, he got 60. And guess what? Some of y'all forgot. Mitchell Robinson is not only an elite defender, Mitchell Robinson is the best offensive rebounder in the NBA. 60 million. So Hartenstein's now dealing with his time. I'm thinking he might get a match because he has proven that him and Mitch Rob are bookends. They could both play. Why not? Why not? You get one, start one, come off the bench, whatever. One hurt, the other one can play. Why not keep both of them? They bring different talents to the table. So Hartenstein could pass better than Mitch. He's definitely more available than Mitch, even with the Achilles. You got to give that to him. And he's a much better foul shooter than Mitch Robinson. He's a much better foul shooter than Mitchell Robinson. He's not an elite rim protector, but daggone, that boy can guard the rim now. Okay? Mitchell Robinson, an elite rim protector. Mitchell Robinson, elite with his feet as far as defense, elite. Mitchell Robinson's an elite finisher. And of course, I mentioned already, one of the top offensive rebounders in the game. He can't shoot foul shots. We already know that. He's not a 15-foot guy. We already know that. Okay, so we got a mix of 2 of these guys. Okay, bring them both in at 60. Okay, bring them both in at 60. We good. We good. So between Bodega Bum and Burks Bum money, you got $27 million. Okay, really. Because you're going to have to pay Bodega Bum $2 million. That's guaranteed for next year regardless. So you got 17 of his, and you got 10 from Alex Burks, 27 million. Okay, of that 27 million, you gotta throw up 7 million to cover Isaiah Hartenstein. Okay, boom, done. Now you got 20 million. Okay, you got to throw what? Precious is making like 4. Precious gonna get something like 10. I'm gonna tell you, let's be real. Precious gonna get something like 10, and you're gonna be happy to get it. He's making about 4, so you need 6 more million to cover Precious. Boom, that's good. Now you got 14 million you got to cover. You got OG and Anobi. OG is now making 19. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care what the deal is. That first year is going to be like 30 million. So you need 11 million. Boom, that's covered. What's the problem? I don't understand what the problem is. Okay? I don't understand what the problem is. You'll hear what I'm saying. That's simple math. That's simple math. It's not that complicated. It's not that complicated. But people want to make it complicated and make it into an issue, like this is a soap opera. Yeah, so we good. Precious probably going to get 4 years, 40 million. 4th-year team option. You understand? So I don't know what people are tripping about. It's very simple math. See, you know what it is? Because some of these knuckleheads, for whatever reason, seem to think that the Knicks are interested in bringing back Bodega Bum and Burks Bum. And I'm telling you, their value was not in their fit with the Knicks. Okay? Not. Their value is in their contracts. And then the guys we got to keep. So let me ask you all a question. Let's go further. Let's look a little further down the road. Okay? Not that far. Knicks go to the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, I think, let me not speak for everybody, but I think the majority of y'all believe that the Knicks have the talent level to get to the ECF. Am I right or am I wrong? Am I crazy if I'm telling y'all that the majority of y'all think the Knicks have the talent level to get to the ECF? Of course, it is possible for them to lose, but I think they got the talent level to get to the ECF. Matter of fact, it's my thought that these fools can actually go to the finals. I know some people think I'm crazy, but I think these fools could go to the finals. Okay? So if they get to the ECF, let's say they get to the Eastern Conference Finals against whoever, and they lose in 6 or 7 games, okay? Let me just tell you something. They're bringing back the band. They're not going to go after nobody. They're bringing back the band, okay? And that means you're going to see the same squad only a year together more, and everybody healthy coming back. OG healthy coming back, Mitch Rob healthy coming back, Juju healthy coming back, Brunson healthy coming back, Devo healthy coming back, Hart healthy coming back, Precious healthy coming back, Deuce healthy coming back. Nah, they're not messing with that. Hartenstein healthy coming, they're not messing with that. They're not messing with that. Okay, we good. Okay, we good. Okay, so we got what we need. That was a very special move, very nice move by the Don, another chess move. People still playing checkers don't understand he made a chess move. Stop worrying about the bums. The bums are just temporary. The bums are temporary. They're not permanent. They was just here because of their money. They were hoping that they can get something out of Burks' bum. Obviously, we done seen. Look, I think we can see pretty well. Deuce, it's Deuce time. Right? Am I lying to you? It's Deuce time. Forget Burks' bum. It's Deuce time. Tibbs done permanently pulled out the Deuce card. He done permanently pulled out the Deuce card. So, yeah, this ain't, yeah, Burks' time is over. We wish him the best. We wish him the best. Bodega Bum, you had a nice career. Came in here, played with Brooklyn, played with Washington, played with Utah. Had to have a little stop in Detroit. Thought he was a star, scoring 20 a game. Then he come back to earth when he came to a real team, the Knicks. So, yeah, we wish you the best. But next year, aside from the 9 guys y'all know about, right? I want to see Jacob Toppin. I mean, y'all see what I'm saying? I want to see Jacob Toppin. I want to see Jacob. See, what happens now, this is after 4 years. We get a sense of how the Don operates. I'll tell you what he's going to do. You ready? Let me tell you what he's going to do. If there's a superstar available, and I mean he's got to be a superstar, not no questionable. I'm not talking about Zach LaVine. Please don't trip on Zach LaVine. Please don't. When his name come up this summer, and it is going to come up. Forget Zach LaVine. That's his agent trying to get him out of Chicago. Please. No. But I'm talking about a true superstar, like if Giannis becomes available. Okay, somebody like that. Or not a superstar, but fits perfectly. Like, yeah, I'm not into Donovan Mitchell. But I'm talking about like a guy that fits perfectly that's not a superstar, like Mikal Bridges. Now, if somebody like that becomes available, the Knicks might go for that. You see, because they got to, this is what happened. What people don't understand is not a zero-sum game with the Don. See, a zero-sum game means we go all in for a guy or we just lose everything. The Don do not play zero-sum games. Y'all should know that by now. He keeps options. So he's going to look if there's a guy that's available Giannis is available. And I'm not even talking about Embiid. Please forget Embiid. You'll see he hurt, right? Please forget Embiid. Devin Booker, right? Devin Booker becomes available. If a Mikal Bridges becomes available. If a Giannis Antetokounmpo becomes available. Now you got a position where you could talk to those teams about those guys, okay? And really, I think those are the only three that we're talking about. I think that's the only three we're really talking about. Okay, you're talking about Devin Booker, you're talking about a Giannis, and a guy that's not a superstar but would make us a championship team is Mikal Bridges, right? So you're talking about Mikal Bridges. Salute and a grill. So you're talking about Mikal Bridges. So really, those are the three guys you're really talking about. If any of those three guys become available, the Don is interested, and we begin discussions. Now that doesn't mean we're going to get them. Because again, what y'all need to know is not only does the player have to fit, listen now, he has to fit at the right price. The Don ain't overpaying for nobody. Y'all should know that. See, media don't get that. They still got Stephen A. Stupid, thinking you need to give away half your team to get a guy. The Don ain't doing that. So he's got to fit at the right price. Okay. Now, if there's no one of those three guys that are available, okay, then what are we going to do? Y'all ready for me to tell you what we're going to do? So I can come back and tell you I told you before? You ready? He's going to trade the 2 picks we got for future picks to a team that's desperate for number 1 picks. He's going to trade them for maybe a 2027 2 number 1s. Okay? He's going to trade them for that. And so he'll have 2 number 1s down the road. Then what he's going to do, he's not going to draft nobody. He's not going to draft nobody. He's going to sign an undrafted player or players to try to make the team. And he's going to put them in the summer league with Jake. Jacob Toppin's going to be the man this summer league. I'm going to tell you right now. But he's going to put them in there with Jacob and see if they're good without him having to pay a whole lot. That's what you're going to do. Okay. And that's how, and the guys that we now have, your Dwayne Washingtons, your Daquan Jeffries, they're going to have a choice of either staying with G League with them or signing with another team, because we've given them 2 or 3 years now to see if they can break into the roster. Okay. So Jacob Toppin's going to be the star of that bottom level. Then you're going to have a couple of guys that's trying to make the league, right? Then you're going to have a couple of guys that you didn't draft that's trying to come on as free agents. The Knicks are really good at finding talent that they ain't got to pay a lot of money for. Look at Mitchell Robinson. Look at Deuce McBride. Look at Jericho Sims. They're really good at finding talent they don't got to pay a lot of money for. Okay? Yeah, so they're going to keep doing that. And then you're going to bring back the same band that you got now. Everybody's going to be signed. Everybody's going to be locked up. And what the good thing about it is most of them cats, except Julius. Julius is the only guy turning 30 next year. Julius is turning 30 next either November or December. He's turning 30. He's the only guy of that 9-man rotation that's that age. He's the only one. So you got everybody locked up. And you got a set 9-man rotation that got Tibbs' fingerprints all over it, that knows Tibbs' system, and they're ready to go. Okay? They ready to go. You see? And so if people worry about the next contract for Drew, the next contract for Jalen Brunson, that's the next contract. They ain't got nothing to do with this summer. They ain't got nothing to do with this summer. Nothing. Nothing. That's right. Walt Perrin does know talent. He's very good at spotting talent. Very good. In fact, Walt Perrin's one of the best, as y'all know, at spotting talent. One of the best. See, so the Knicks going to be in good shape. In fact, of all the top teams in the league, I would say the Knicks are in the best position. The Kings are in a great position, the Sacramento Kings, but they're in the West. The Knicks are in the East. Okay, the Knicks are in the East. The Knicks are in probably the best position of any team. There's a couple of teams that's close in terms of ready to compete for a chip. Like Orlando's really good, but I wouldn't consider them Eastern Conference finalists. That don't mean they can't make it, but I'm saying, would you consider the Orlando Magic Eastern Conference finalists this year? I wouldn't. But I would say maybe next year they might be there. But the Knicks are there now, right now. The Knicks can compete with Milwaukee, Boston, Cleveland. The Knicks can compete with any of them cats. Miami. The Knicks are ready to play against any of them dudes. For real, for real. Okay, for real, for real. Now, in the West, it's tougher. You got New Orleans. If Zion can somehow get under 300. No, for real. If Zion could get under 280, they could do some stuff, man, in New Orleans. They got a squad. I told y'all the only guy I liked better than Quentin Grimes that year was Trey Murphy III, and now y'all can see why. That boy, it's just him coming back healthy, put them on another level, okay? Put them on another level. Put them on another level. I've been saying what I give up for McCall. I told y'all, 4 number ones, and you're going to have to give up either Hart or Devo. And you probably neither of them, but you're going to have to give up Mitchell Robinson. You have to give up Mitchell Robinson 4 number ones. Or maybe if the Don is real slick, he can do it for Hartenstein and 4 number ones. But that's what you're going to have to give up. Yeah, that's what you're going to have to give up. Either Mitch Rob or Hartenstein and 4 number ones. They're going to want Precious too, but we're going to tell them what to do with that one. But 4 number ones, that's what you're going to have to give up. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what's going to cost you. You're asking me what I think it's going to cost. That's what it's going to cost. Okay, that's the price. Personally, I would do it. I would. And the reason I would do it is because I got Precious. Okay. I would give up one of them two, Hartenstein and Mitchell. And now I got Precious as my backup behind whichever one is still here. And I got Mikal Bridges starting at my 2 guard. And I got DiVincenzo coming off my bench. Let me ask you, is 4 number ones and one of them cats enough for a championship? Yep. Would you pay that to win the chip? Yep. I would do it for a chip now. We're not talking about, now look here. If we were just talking about making the playoffs, I would agree with y'all and say no. No. If we were just talking about making the playoffs, no. I'm talking about, can we win a championship with Mikal Bridges? So your starting lineup would be Brunson, Mikal, OG, either Mitch Rob or Hartenstein, and Juju. Your bench would be Precious, Hart, Devo, Deuce. But you're not going to do that? You tell me you're not going to do that? You're not going to do that? See, cash out, the thing is, my view is, it's not what Mikal's value is as a player in the league. And I can understand who is it saying? Cash out. I can understand what cash out, you making sense. I'm not saying you're not making no sense. I'm not. But what I'm saying is, it's not what Mikal Bridges' value is as a player in terms of the league. It's what is Mikal Bridges' value as a Knick, right? That's the way I think we should look at it. We're not looking at his value like he's not all NBA, he's not an all-star, but what can he do in the starting lineup with New York? A guy that plays 82 games a year, a guy that was already all NBA defense, a guy that can legit get you 20 to 30 points on any given night. What Jalen Brunson playing beside him? I'm asking you now, what is his value to New York? And I'm saying with that cat, we go to the finals. That cat, we go to the final. That's all I'm saying. I can understand the logic. Why are you giving 4 number ones for this dude that's not an all-NBA? He's not a superstar. He's not a top 10 player in the league. That makes sense. I'm not saying that, but there's sometimes you got to look at the fit. Like, for example, when everybody was crying for DeJounte Murray, I didn't like the fit next to Jalen. I didn't like the fit. But with Mikal Bridges, a dude from Villanova, A dude that Brunson has played with. A dude that they love and respect. A dude that plays 82 games a year. A dude that's all NBA defense. That dude next to OG Anunoby and possibly Mitch Rob and Juju. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. And if let's say one of them get hurt, you still got Precious. You still got Hart. You still got Deuce. You still got DiVincenzo. You understand? So, yeah, I hate anybody that's against the trade. I'm not gonna knock y'all. I'm not saying nothing. Y'all got legitimate beef. All I'm saying is, if you see another New York Knicks championship hanging from that banner, y'all ain't gonna worry about how much it costs, right? I mean, right? If you win a championship in New York City, in Madison Square Garden now, you hear what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying I agree with Cash Out. I mean, yeah, he's not worth that on his own as a player. I agree with that. But the Villanova fit with this dude, I can't say no to that one. Okay, I can't say no to that one. You get a chip with them dudes right there, you ain't gonna be whining about how much he costs. And I'm gonna tell you, you be a strong chip contender with that dude. That's all I'm saying. Now, Jet for life. I know you laughing at your own statement because yeah, I hate. Oh Lord, I know you laughing at your own statement, bro. Because I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say nothing. Come on now. I ain't gonna say nothing. But Cash Out James, I hear you. Cash Out James is worried about the cost. I understand that concern, and it makes perfect sense. I cannot argue with you. But all I'm saying is, I'm seeing championship with that cat. That's all I'm saying. Okay, I'm seeing championship with that cat right there. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Yeah, thank you, Carmen. The Mitchell train has departed. That ship has sailed. Yes. We're going to find out. Actually, we should know by now. Let me see. It should be actually Ian Begley should be reporting it. Let me just take a look here. Let's see. He asked if OG is playing. Ian Begley or Cats Clown, one of them cats should be telling us. Let me see. Cats, they said 8:30. Yeah. Okay. OG is expected to play. He went through the shoot around. If he warms up and he still feel good, he playing. All right, so OG is playing. OG is a game time decision, but I'm pretty sure he's going to play tonight. OG will play. Yeah, OG is going to play. Why, Russell Reed, why are they done if OG is out? Come on, baby. Why people got to be daggone doomsday all the goddamn... Let me explain something, in case you don't know. Tom Thibodeau got a bunch of dogs over there. He got a bunch of dogs over there. Okay? He about to let the dogs out. Okay? It's getting ready to be the MSG Zoo. He can ready to let the dogs out. Okay? He can ready to let the dogs out. But we ain't got to even debate that because OG gonna play tonight. OG's out there. He gonna play. And so you're gonna have OG, Hartenstein, Hart. Then you're gonna have Devo, Brunson. Then you're gonna have Precious and Deuce. Then it depends. Probably gonna have Bodega Bum. I'm hoping we get a shake signing. Okay, hope we get a shake signing. It's not gonna be an easy game tonight. But in Kings, Mike, what's his name? Mike Brown. I don't like him, but he teaches his team to play some daggone defense. I gotta give it to him. Mike Brown is one catch. He have his teams playing some defense. Mike Brown, right? But as good as Mike Brown is, and as good as the Kings are, when Tibbs let his dogs out and he got OG in there, OG the pit bull with them dogs, and Deuce the pit bull. Let me tell you something. This is going to be a low scoring affair. It's going to be a physical affair. And we like that. The Knicks feed off that. Don't come out there with that. The Knicks feed off that. Okay? We good. We good. Okay? Yeah, we about to go. Now, what I'm really looking for a report on tonight, I want to see when Mitchell Robinson is clear for contact. I want to see when Mitch Roberts clear for contact. Yeah, Shake got a 7-foot wingspan. OG got a 7-foot wingspan. And I think Deuce's wingspan is what, 6'9", 6'10"? Is that right? I think Deuce's wingspan is like 6'9", 6'10", something like that. So, yo, we good. We good, y'all. We good. We good. Let them dogs out, Tiz. We getting ready to do some work. Let's do some work. We get to do some work, okay? Exactly. C.A. Lang music. Hey, who let the dogs out? That's right. That's what they're going to be saying. Who let the dogs out? Yeah, so we good. We good. It's going to be a good matchup. One thing for sure. No, he ain't playing me. I would refuse. But I mean, they can pay me minimum, like, what is it, $2 million? And I'll sit on the end of the bench and wait that daggone towel. I'll be on the end of the bench with Bodega Bum and with Burks Bum. We'd be a triplets, waving that daggone towel. Yeah, that's what I'll be doing for my $2 million. Give me that $2 million. Give me $2 million. I'm good. Just 1 year, I'm good. After taxes be $1 million, I'm good. I'm good. And you ain't got to hear from me again. I'll be waving that towel. I'll be waving that towel, boy. Yeah, yeah. They gotta pay me nothing, man. Just no, they gotta pay me now. But I'll be waving that towel, man, for real, for real. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Michael. Exactly. But I like our chances tonight. It's going to be a tough game. This is a very good team. They're playing at home. I don't think, they played last Thursday night, so they rested. They stomped on the Lakers Thursday night. Hurd is going to be back. So this is going to be, it's going to be a tough game, no doubt. This is a really good team. But the Knicks, see, one thing we got to recognize. Nobody in the league likes to play the Knicks. See, there was a time, brethren, not too long ago, when teams looked at the Knicks on their schedule and said W. Not too long ago, teams look at the Knicks on their schedule and say, oh, W. Right now, they said, damn, we got to play them daggone Knicks. I hope the refs call it tight because they're going to be physical. We got, daggone, we got to deal with that Brunson in the paint. Oh, my goodness, here come Deuce. He's crazy. Nobody wants to see us. See? Nobody wants to see the Knicks. And what I like, have y'all noticed, if you listen to the other teams' post-game pressers after the Knicks, listen to the post-game pressers of Portland, of the Sixers with Mike Nurse. Listen, one thing, they're very physical. The refs need to call the title. They're very physical. Nobody wants to see us, y'all. Y'all should remember that. Nobody wants to see us. And then if you add OG to the mix, y'all see how many times he stripped people the other night? Sabonis is an all-star. He's really good, and he's physical. But I'm going to tell you, if he wants to play physical, I like the Hartenstein matchup. Because if Hartenstein ain't nothing, that bro is physical. You understand? If Hartenstein ain't nothing else, you know and I know the boy is physical. So if my man want to come and play bully ball with iHeart, okay, let's bring that. Bring that. We good. Bring it. That's all I'm saying. We good. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Yes, right. They called the police. They on the lookout for OG Anunoby because he always thieving. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, we good. See? So it's going to be a tight game. Honestly, I think we might see a Shake signing tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a Shake Milton signing. tonight. It's a good night for him to come in because the Kings are very deep on their bench. They got 4 deep, but I'm saying they're very good with their 4 that they play. So, and then they still got Kessler Edwards, who's very good. They got Kessler Edwards, and there was another cat. They got a couple of cats on their bench that's pretty tough too. I mean, aside from their 9-man rotation, let me see that. They got another guy. They got Kessler Edwards, and who else they got? They got Kessler Edwards. Who am I missing? Oh yeah, I forgot about Chris Duarte. They got Chris Duarte. Y'all remember him from Oregon? Chris Duarte. I liked him in that draft too. Chris Duarte and Kessler. They're not even in the rotation. They're not even in the rotation. Okay, they're not even in the rotation. So I'm looking for a Shake side. I think we could use Shake tonight. I'm going to see what Tibbs thinks about it. He's had a few practices under his belt now. You know, these are weaker practices, right? So if he's not hurt, let's get a Shake side tonight. Maybe we can get 5 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes. Let's get the bodega bum minutes. Yeah. Duarte's out of Oregon, and he started off pretty good, but he fizzled out fast in Indiana. He's an older rookie, too. He was like 24 when he came out. So he's an older dude. Cleveland lost tonight. We need to beat the Kings because Orlando won last night. Yeah, Duarte was an older rookie. He had a good rookie year, pretty good second year, started losing it after that. That's the real risk you get with an older rookie. There's a limited upside. They usually can come in very well and play, but there's a limited upside. Your real like poster child for an older rookie is Cam Johnson. Cam Johnson is like the poster child for an older rookie. Cam Johnson is not a superstar. I'm talking about Cam Johnson from Brooklyn. He's not a superstar. Came in his like 23, I think, and 23 going on 24, something like that. But was solid, can fit in any rotation. Not gonna make a lot of mistakes. Is solid in all areas of the game. That's really what you want if you're gonna get an older rookie. Mature, of course, the maturity. You ain't gonna have no off-court problems with him. You're not gonna have locker room problems with him. That's what you want from a guy like that. It's very unusual you get an older guy that's a rookie to come out and be a superstar. They're very limited in their upside, but you don't mind that if they bring to the table what fits with your team. Okay. And so Duarte, he really came out good, but there's not much upside left with him. That's the problem. Okay, that's the problem. I can't wait for Juju to come back, but I'm right now. I'm expecting Mitch Rob any day now. I'm looking for an announcement that he's able to take 5-on-5 full contact. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm looking for that because I know right after that. Yes, RJ Barrett and the Barrett family, blessings and prayers to the Barrett family. Lost Nathan Barrett. That was got to be a devastating loss for any family to lose. No parent wants to outlive their children. Okay, that's really a fact. There's no parent that's worth their salt that wants to outlive their children. I don't know, but it appears he was sick because he was home when he died. They say he died around with his family around him, so he must have been sick. But no parent wants to outlive their child, man. No parent wants to. Okay. And just to think, if he was sick, RJ was playing with that on his mind the whole season. Okay. So we got to give RJ his props and his prayers for the Barrett family. That's got to be devastating. His little brother too, that's got to be devastating, man. Yeah, so make sure if you can remember the RJ Barrett and their family because they really money cannot buy life, y'all. Cannot. You can have all kind of money, but death comes to you anyway. Money can't stop death from coming. And when it comes to a young man that's 20 years old, that's really tragic, For real. Did he have a car accident, Jason? But I don't know how he died. But I know, like it said, his family was around him when he died. So I thought maybe it was something, Was it a car accident? I don't even know. You might be right. I don't know. Yeah, he was only 20 years old. Man. Shoot. 20 years old. He's a boy, He's a boy. So prayers and thoughts for the Barrett family. He was ill, Jose. Maybe he was. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I know he's only 20, and they said his family was around him when he passed. So it could have been a car, it could have been an illness, but whatever it was, it's devastating. Devastating. No parent wants to outlive their children. Nobody does. I don't want to outlive any of my children. All my children to be older than me. So Anyway, so now it is going on 9:15. The Knicks play at 10. I'm going to get ready for the game. Y'all going to get ready for the game. Let's meet up. Now, tomorrow, I'm heading out to the shooting range. I'm going to give you all a test. I'm headed out to the shooting range tomorrow, which is why we can't get together at 12. And I'm going to be shooting these. Y'all know what these go for? What type of gat shoot these? Y'all know? I'm going to be shooting these. What type of gat shoot these? Yeah, here you go, GT. I'm going to be going to the range with my Mossberg 88 Maverick, and I'm gonna be throwing that out there with my fellas, my fellas Castle King, who is OG Knicks fanatic, and that Knicks fanatic, and my man Imana Bakash. We're gonna be out there doing fun with that. I'm not sure what else I'm gonna bring. I'm thinking I might see. I get so carried away with I love my Colt revolvers, man, and I think I shoot them too much. But I might bring a Colt revolver, and I might bring a 9mm semi-auto, and we're gonna get out there to the range and probably throw out like 200 rounds or something like that. Get like 50, maybe 25 rounds of these, and then some other stuff. But we're going out to the range tomorrow. Well, what you mean, Andrew? You mean like what you want? You want me to bring it organic? I wasn't gonna bring the 44 Magnum. You want me to bring the 44 Magnum? I'll bring it if y'all want to shoot it. I'll bring it organic. I'll bring it if y'all want to shoot. You want me to bring the 44 Magnum? You smiling? All right. I'll bring the 44. Yeah, I'll bring the 44. I'll bring the 44. And I'm not gonna bring my other Colts then. I'm gonna bring the 44 Magnum. I'm gonna bring 2 semi-automatics, and I'm gonna bring the shotgun. Yeah, shotgun. Yeah, I got I just got a what do you call it? I got a what's it? Mossberg. I got a Mossberg Maverick 88. Mossberg Maverick 88. That's what I got. Mossberg Maverick 88. Hey, Ron Duffney, and I'm bringing. It's the first time I'm shooting, so I'm bringing that. I never shot a shotgun in my life. My father used to shoot them all the time, but I never. One year he caught our Thanksgiving dinner with a shotgun. He went out shooting with my grandfather and came back with a big old bird, and it had a hole in his butt from the shotgun. So yeah, they was hunting with the shotgun. Hey, Ron, with yeah. So I'm doing that tomorrow with my fellas, which is why we can't get together when we would normally get together. Yeah, but if you want me to organic, seriously, if you want me to bring the 44, let me know. I'll bring the 44. I got ammo for it too, so I'll bring the 44 with some ammo. I'll bring like 50 cartridges, and we could do that. No, it's not up to me. If it's up to me, y'all ain't seen it because I would bring a Colt 357 4.25 inch. I would bring that's my favorite gun to shoot. I love that. Oh, you got the rifle in now? Okay. So I'm gonna bring what I'm gonna bring then. I'm gonna bring the Mossberg. I'm gonna bring the Colt 357, and I'm gonna bring 19. I got a M&P shield that I gotta get used to. So I'm gonna bring that. And then I'll bring some cartridges for each one. Yeah, Bodega 44 is a bum. But my Mossberg ain't no bum, though. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay. I never fired a shotgun. My father was a big, he was a big gun enthusiast. He always scared me. He had shotguns, he had rifles. So when my father had the stroke, he could not keep his 44 Magnum and his 357 Magnum. So I had them. Then I started staring at them and looking at them and appreciating them. Then I went to the range and had an instructor teach me how to shoot them. It's been over ever since then. I've been like an enthusiast. Like my daddy, I've been an enthusiast ever since. So I've been really, really into various firearms since my father, since he ain't passed those two guns on to me. They're both of the guns I have from him are over 40 years old. I got a Smith & Wesson 44 Magnum 8-inch, like the Dirty Harry one, and then I got a 357 Magnum from Colt. Both of them are 44. One is 44, one is 357. Both of them are over 40 years old, though. Kenny Payne got fired from Louisville, but I haven't heard anything about where he's going. Somebody said, well, I heard he's coming to the Knicks. I ain't seen nothing. I know he got fired from Louisville, and I know he's got options. Yeah, I become. It wasn't something I've always been. This is late in life. Like I said, I first got it because my daddy gave me the two that he had, and I really appreciated them because it came from him. But then I started appreciating them because I like to shoot them. Yeah, I did, David Byer. My the 44 Magnum is worth like $2,000, $2 or $3,000. And the 357 Colt, which is blue stained, is worth about $5,000. That's what I heard. But I'm not planning on selling either, though. I'm gonna pass them on. My oldest boy is a huge gun enthusiast. Huge gun enthusiast. He loves guns. So I'm gonna pass it on to him. Yeah. I'm gonna pass it on to him eventually. He'll get them. Yeah, AP, he did. He left the Knicks the year before last to go to take the head coaching job at Kentucky. Yeah. He left the Knicks the year before that to take the head coaching job at Louisville, And then we know Mike Woodson left the Knicks to go take the head coaching job at Indiana. Yeah, both of those guys, very valuable talent that the Knicks lost in terms of coaching talent, development talent. But and I would love to get either of them back. If Kenny Payne came back, that'd be great. I don't know. What do y'all think? I don't know if he goes. Does he go back to Kentucky with Calipari? I don't think he goes back to Kentucky. I don't think he goes back to Kentucky with Calipari. I'm not sure he does that. Yeah, I don't think he does that. But I would love for him to come back to New York, though, and this is where the James Dolan checkbook comes in. See, this is where James Dolan can write a nice check. Kenny Payne. See, this is where and coming to New York and getting a couple million a year to be an assistant coach in New York and work with guys like that. So I think that would be a good move. I ain't heard nothing, but I'd like to see Kenny Payne back on the sidelines in New York. And he, like I said, he knows how to develop players, man. Yeah, they already do. No, Mike Brown was coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then he went to the LA Lakers. And he's been an assistant in a number of places. I don't know all the places. And then he got this Sacramento job. Mike Brown's been around a minute. When LeBron was like in his second or third or rookie year even, Mike Brown was the coach of Cleveland Cavaliers. He's been around a minute, Mike Brown. He paid his dues. He's been around a minute, Mike Brown. He's been a long time coach. He was assistant at Golden State. That's right, Amara. I do remember that. He was assistant at Golden State. He was head coach in the Lakers for a little bit. He was head coach of Cleveland. And now he's a head coach in Sacramento. And he's been an assistant in many places. That's right. He went to the finals with LeBron. That's right. He did. That's right. They had a stinky team. LeBron carried that team. Okay. They had a bunch of really spare parts with LeBron as a young LeBron. Yeah. But I think Woodson is doing all right in Indiana, right? I think he's doing all right. He is beloved in Indiana. Mike Woodson is like, he's beloved in Indiana. He could get whatever he wants in Indiana. So I think he stays there. But I would love to have him back too. Woodson could coach, man. Woodson can coach. Yeah, I love the way Woodson can handle business. And of course, Kenny Payne can too. So that's right. So anyway, we'll see. No, he already got fired, Belnick. He just got fired. Kenny Payne is fired from Louisville. He's not a coach at Louisville anymore. He got fired. He's already fired. We ain't got to wait for that one. That one is done. Yeah, he got fired earlier this week, I think. He got fired. Yeah, he said they've relieved him of his duties. Hey, good night, John Boy. Yeah, they really do. So we just trying to decide if he coming back to New York. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Woodson is a great coach. I love Woodson. Some guys just naturally have the knack to coach. Woodson's one of those guys. Any reason why Kenny Payne got fired? Because Louisville sucked. Louisville stunk. Louisville was terrible. Disappointing. Hey, good night, Thunder. Yeah, so Louisville was bad. They stunk. PU. Stinky. Wee. Yeah, so that's why he got fired. They was expecting bigger things out of him. They were expecting to bring in big talent, the whole like Rick Pitino type thing. They was expecting that from him, but it didn't work that way. Yeah. Yeah, Russell Reed, he really is. He's a great players coach. There's not everybody that could do that. That's a talent. That's a talent. Being able to have the love of your players is a talent. It really is. Not every coach could do that. And Woodson got the most out of the guys that he has, man. He's a really great coach. I like Woodson. I always did. Okay. I remember him. I remember when the Knicks drafted him. And he was all right as a player. He was all right. But I didn't expect him to be, you never know. But he is a coaching talent. There's no doubt. He's a coaching talent. Good evening, Jam Sessions. He's a coaching talent, man. He really is. I got to give it to him. And I was happy. I think it was Phil Jackson, jackass that fired Mike Woodson. That was a dumb move, man. You got to coach. Why? Because he didn't run the triangle? Seriously? Anyway. Lord Sincere, your sources suck. Just tell them. Your sources suck. Ayton, there's no way in hell. See, look here. Let me explain something to you. There's guys that know stats, and there's guys that know basketball. Ayton puts up stats. Mitchell Robinson is a championship piece. Okay? And how many of y'all ever remember any of the matchups between Mitch Rob and Ayton? When Mitch Rob and Ayton were matched up? Mitch Rob took that boy's lunch like he was a bully fourth grader on a first grader. He took that boy's lunch. There's championship pieces. There's guys that affect basketball and winning, and there's guys that put up big stats. Ayton puts up big stats, soft as a French marshmallow. He got game now. I ain't gonna front. His athleticism and the jumper from the foul line is tight. But you don't want to see Mitch Rob. You don't want to see Mitch Rob. You don't want to see him. And why would you trade a guy that's making what is Ayton making? 20 million, 25 million a year for a guy that's making 15 and is better? Whoever put that out there, Lord Sincere, that particular day, he must have had too much. He must have had too much, Mad Dog 2020 that day. He must have had too much Mad Dog 2020. Or maybe Thunderbird. Maybe he couldn't afford to get the final wine, so he went and got Thunderbird, Mad Dog 2020. Maybe he even went and dropped a couple of dollars, got some OE. Because he must have been drunk. Or he just wanted clicks. Mitch Rob treated that boy like he was taking his lunch. Mitch Rob did. Yeah, he might be right. Maybe he's messing with that Wild Irish Rose. There's better wines out there. That don't cost that much more, but there's better wines out there. More value, more refined. I don't care if he is the nephew of Leon Rose. He ain't coming to New York for no Mitch Rob. Mitch Rob, one other thing I like, Lord Sincere, One thing I like about that, if Mitch Rob gets a hold of it, and I think we understand, Mitch Rob looks at social media. If Mitch Rob gets a hold of that, I like that to motivate him, because all we need is some dude saying we're going to trade you for this dude. Oh, you just, we got to go back. We got to go back to boys. No, we're not boys in the hood. Well, menace to society. You effed up. You shouldn't have did that. You effed up. Oh, I don't know, jam sessions. I just want Mitch Rob to play 65 games for New York. That's all. I'm not looking for all of that. If we can get Mitch Rob to play 65 games for us, we roll. We roll. We roll. Certain things. There was a time, a long time ago, I will admit, I had a young 15-year-old kid that I coached in a winter league. A young 15-year-old kid that was a real talented kid. He was bigger than all the other kids. His name was Marcus Camby. I coached him when he was about 15 years old, when he's 16. Actually, he was actually playing. I can't say too much, but I coached him, okay? And what I used to tell him, because he used to think when he played in the leagues, like with these winter leagues, that he could just jack up threes. And I had to make a deal with Marcus. And I said, Marcus, once you give me 4 dunks and 10 boards, you could do whatever you want. And why did I say that? Because I knew once Marcus Camby got 4 dunks and 10 boards in the game, which he would get pretty quickly, I knew we was going to be rolling, right? I knew we was going to be rolling. So I was like, dude, once you give me 4, I said 4 dunks and 4 block shots. I said, once you give me 4 dunks and 4 block shots, you could do whatever you want. Because I knew by that time we'd be rolling. Well, that's why I'm saying to y'all, Mitch Rob, I don't care what else he does. If he come out there getting offensive boards and blocking shots and altering shots, we roll. We rolling. That's all I'm saying. We rolling. That's what I'm talking about. See? So if Mitch Rob can play 65 games and play like Mitch Rob plays for 65 games, we roll. I'm not even worried about it. Y'all hear what I'm saying? So I don't know if he's going to be 6 man of the year. I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know what. But if Mitch Rob can play 65 games, we roll. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And so that's what I'm talking about. That's all I need. Oh, I ain't going to start name dropping Jose, but I did coach that young man. I met him when he was 14 or 15 years old in Hartford, Connecticut. And I used to take his mother. He knows I used to drive his mother to the games at UMass. I used to take his mother to the games at UMass. And so, yeah, I was very familiar with him, his family, his wife, his mother, his sisters. I knew all of them. And that's why I used to tell him. I said, look, man, give me 4 blocks and 4 dunks. Once you get 4 dunks, you can throw a 3 up there if you want. You can throw 5 threes up there. Because I knew he was up 30 by the time he did that. Oh, man. So we'd be in good shape. So that's what I'm saying. Somebody said, well, Mitch Rob be 6. Jam said, can he be 6 man a year? I don't know. All I know is if we can get him for 65 games, we're going to be really good. That's all I know. That's all I know. We can get him for 65 games, we good. That's all I'm saying. I remember once I had a dream. This ain't no lie. In Marcus's last year before he turned pro at UMass, I had a dream where he was in a New York Knicks warm-up, and he was in the warm-up line for the Knicks. And I said to him, I said, Marcus, I had a dream. He was going to be in the warm-up line for Knicks. And he's, man, Glasgow, he said, shut up, man. You always Knicks, and I was always pro Knicks all the way, right? So he got drafted by Toronto, as you know. But then also, as you know, he ended up with the Knicks. Camby could have been on the defensive side of the ball, Bill Russell. He just didn't like to work out. And that's why I learned, I keep telling y'all, there's some dudes that are just too light in the behind. Wemby is too light in the behind. Chet Holmgren is too light in the behind. And I'm telling you, you got to manage them dudes. And that's why, like, when the Knicks went to the finals, the last time the Knicks went to the finals, Marcus was coming off the bench. Do you remember that? He was coming off the bench. Him and Sprewell. coming off the bench, and they would finish the games in the fourth quarter. And so that's why. And I said, if you play him more than 25 minutes, he's going to get hurt because he's too light in the behind. Marcus didn't like to eat. He didn't like to eat, and he didn't like weights, but he had the instincts and the defensive instincts and movement and IQ of Bill Russell. But he would not fulfill that potential because he didn't want to work out. He didn't eat. You had to really force him to eat, man. He didn't like eating nothing. And he ain't like working out either. That was the problem. Yeah. No, he wasn't, Andrew. He won it 1 year. He won it in Denver 1 year. He was always in the consideration, but he actually only won it in Denver 1 year. And he thought he was going to be a multiple-time All-Star. He might have been if he just bothered to work out. But he didn't like to eat. He didn't like to work out. And I told him, I said, man, you see Scottie Pippen when he came in the league, how skinny he was? Look at him now. And I said, you need to hit the weights. You need to have some steak. You ain't got to eat a lot. You want steak a day, but you need to just really hit the weights. You're talking about Dwight Howard might have won 4 Defensive Player of the Year. Dwight Howard might have did that, for sure. Dennis Rodman might have did that, for sure. It wasn't Marcus. Marcus won 1. He won it in Denver. After the Knicks traded him to Denver, he won Defensive Player of the Year. Yeah. And that was it. Yeah, I think we can get the 3rd seed. I'm not saying it's guaranteed. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. But if we can get Mitch Rob back, never mind Drew. I'm not saying if we can get Mitch Rob back with OG, oh, yeah, we could do that. For real, for real. We could get the 3rd seed. For real, for real. Yeah, you remember how the Greek Freak, when Greek Freak came from over there, from overseas, and he was 19, he looked frail and skinny. Look at him now. Look at that man. He's a man now. That's what I was telling Marcus. I said, you got to put on, you just got to build it up slow, but you got to build it up. You can be wiry, but you just got to be strong. Yeah, Glasgow there, you're talking about, okay, man, okay. I ain't a millionaire. What am I doing? What do I know? I ain't a millionaire. What do I know? I'm going to tell you one story, though. I think you all will enjoy this story. I wasn't at the draft that year, but I was in the bar where they were all hanging out after the draft. Okay, it was in Connecticut. It was actually in Hartford, Connecticut. Marcus was there. I was sitting at a table with Ray Allen. Okay, me and Ray Allen. I was sitting at a table with him. How I got to sit at the table with him is my wife actually baked his 19th birthday cake. And when he was 19, going into his sophomore year at UConn, I got him a summer job selling cars. This is a crazy story, but yeah, he was selling cars in Stores, Connecticut, between his freshman and sophomore year. And he had a lot of fun. They gave him a car to drive and they let him sell cars. It was cool. So when he was drafted that night, him and Marcus was in the same room. Marcus was maybe 10 feet from me, standing up with some dudes, and I was at a table. Now, Marcus had a gin and tonic in his hand. He was partying. He got drafted by the Toronto Raptors. Ray Allen had water and lemon. Okay, wait. He had water and lemon, and he was sitting there. And if you watch Ray Allen, if you notice, he grits his teeth. Yeah, y'all ever see that? He be grimacing his teeth, and he was sitting there gritting. I said, "Yo, Ray, what's up, man? You just got drafted by the Bucks, man." He said, "Tom, they should have drafted me number 1 overall. They shouldn't have drafted Allen Iverson number 1 overall." He said, "And I'm going to show the NBA why they made a mistake." And then I said, "Yo, don't get hurt, man. You know, it's a long season." He said, "Dude, I am working out twice a day, 3 times a day, 2 and 3 hours a day. I'm lifting, I'm running, I'm playing. I'm going to show the league why I should have been number 1. That's the whole difference of both players. Mark was in the corner drinking gin and tonic and chilling. Ray Allen was sitting down, grimacing, angry, drinking water and lemon. That's a true story. I knew right there was going to be 2 different careers. Right there. 2 different careers. Right there, I could say, "Oh, shoot." I was even shocked because everybody was feeling loose. It was draft night. Everybody was feeling loose, man. Everybody was loose and chilling and drinking and having fun. I wasn't blaming Marcus, but it was Ray. I was looking at Ray and I was like, this dude is, and he was so focused. They should have drafted me. He was dead serious. He said they should have drafted me number one. I'm better than Allen Iverson. He said they should have drafted me number one. He was mad, and he wouldn't drink nothing but water and lemon. I said, right there, I can see the difference between these two cats right here. Ray Allen was something else, man. Ray Allen was something else, man. I'm going to tell you, he was something else. And y'all can see the difference. Ray Allen, how many times? He won 2 championships, one of the greatest shooters to ever play the game, right? And you can see, have you ever seen Ray Allen out of shape? No. No. Oh my gosh, man. That was amazing. I was just like, wow. I really, to this day, I'm blown away by that. And I can tell how their careers are going to go right from that point. Right from that point. The first Knicks game I went to was against the Milwaukee Bucks. And Ray Allen got me the tickets. I was right in the basket. That was the first game I went to. They had some guy named Terry Cummings. Terry Cummings was playing for the Knicks at that time. I remember Terry Cummings. They had like a no-name type of team. But Ray was playing for Milwaukee. And they, of course, they beat the Knicks that night. Oh, man. Yeah, he cool, man. He was cool. I don't know. I haven't seen him. That was actually the last time I ever saw him. I saw his mother a couple of times after that in Connecticut, but I never seen Ray again. But he really was something else, man. I'm not surprised that he ended up, how he ended up. I'm not surprised. He really was totally focused and determined to be a big-time player in the NBA. He really was, man. Yeah. So I'm not surprised at how their career. Marcus was a great talent, but spent a lot of his time, let's be honest, in the Anthony Ambulance School. Marcus was Anthony Ambulance School before there was an Anthony Ambulance. Okay, he was Anthony Ambulance School. I became a Knicks fan in 1969 when the Knicks won the championship. I didn't even follow basketball before. I was only 8 years old. And then everybody was talking about the Knicks, and I started watching them on TV. And I didn't hardly understand the game, but they just wore Knicks, and everybody in New York. 1969 was probably the greatest sports year in New York history. The Knicks won the championship. The Jets won the Super Bowl. The Mets won the World Series. I'm telling you, in elementary school, we would have like a part of our class was watching videos of one of them teams. They played the old film where they rolled the film. We'd be watching it. The Jets won the Super Bowl. The Knicks won the championship, and the Mets won the World Series. You ain't seen that again. You came close a couple times, but you ain't really seen that again. Okay, that's something else. And so after that, I was a Knicks fan. After that. Yeah, they had the old, I don't even know what you call them, the old video that was made of plastic and it was rolling. Yeah, the kid, he was wrapped up in this big old circular thing, and they used to play that film in school. They used to play it in school. Yeah. So, but I watched the Knicks from that point on. I was a Knicks fan. I left the Knicks for like a year. And why? I was totally, I really left them, and I started following Boston. I was so mad. Because they let Walt Frazier go to Cleveland. That really broke my heart. I think I was about maybe 13 or 14. They let Walt Frazier go to Cleveland. I was done. I was done with the Knicks. I was done with the Knicks. But I couldn't stay away too long. I stayed away when Clyde retired, and they brought him back to the Knicks. And then you had They brought in Bill Cartwright. They signed him. They had Spencer Haywood. They had Bob McAdoo. I had to come back. Bob McAdoo, come on, baby. I had to come back. But I had left the Knicks for the Boston. That's how mad I was. I could not believe that they let Clyde go to Cleveland. I couldn't believe. I was so mad. I was so mad. Clyde was a legend, y'all. I was so mad. Some of y'all be threatened. I'm done with the Knicks and come back. I really left. I was like, I'm John Havlicek now because y'all messed up. I'm JoJo White now. Y'all messed up. I was so mad. It was crazy. I couldn't even watch a game with him in Cleveland. Honestly, I couldn't. I couldn't even watch the game with him in Cleveland. I was so upset. I was mad. I was a kid now. I was like 13. I was so upset because they was the Knicks' hated rival. I was a woman scorned. Do you understand? I was scorned. I was so mad. I was a kid. I was like 13 years old. So I was like, I'm going to Boston. Forget the Knicks. I was so mad. Oh, I was mad at that. But when they got Bob McAdoo and they got Spencer Haywood, I came back. You know, they had Bob McAdoo, Spencer Haywood, and them. I love Spencer Haywood and ABA. When they got them, I was like, okay, come back. Yeah. I ain't gonna front. Yeah, I was definitely mad. But then again, I was a kid. You know, I was a boy. So I was like, man, I was so mad. I was so mad at that, man. I was mad when Ewing left. I didn't leave the Knicks, but I was about equally mad, but I was more mature. When Ewing left, I was a grown man. But when Clyde left, I was a boy. So I didn't understand all the business side of it and all that. I was just pissed. And I was so mad that they let Clyde go to another team. I couldn't believe they let him wear another uniform. I was so mad. And then when, like I said, they got Bob McAdoo, they got Spencer Haywood, and I was like, okay, I'm back with y'all. And then really what healed it with me and the Knicks, when they went and got BK. Oh, shoot. When they got BK, I was like, I'm back for good. Now, they got BK, man. I was like, oh, shoot. Everybody in New York knew BK was that dude, man. So they brought back BK. And man, y'all know BK's a legend. If he didn't hurt his knee, oh, my gosh. So, yeah. Nah, Terry Cummings, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't Terry Cummings drafted out of the University of Cincinnati? Terry Cummings I think Terry Cummings was drafted out of the University of Cincinnati. I think I'm not mistaken. He came, I think, didn't he? I think he came out of. No, they had another dude that was out of the University of Cincinnati on Terry Cummings with the Knicks that year. Pat something. His name was Pat something. Yeah. Terry Cummings with DePaul. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. They had another dude named Cummings that played for the Knicks, though. I think his name was Pat Cummings. Y'all remember him? He come out of Cincinnati. Yeah, Pat Cummings. He was in that game, too, that I was there. He was in that game. They lost that game. Terry Cummings was playing. Pat Cummings was playing. There was a couple other dudes. Yeah. Yeah. But that Clyde thing, because it was like the right time, was because I was a kid. I was totally into the Knicks. And Clyde was my guy. Clyde was my favorite guy. So when they didn't sign him, I was totally upset. And so I was like, nah, I'm going to Boston. But then I couldn't stay in Boston for long. I mean, shoot, they Boston, right? So I couldn't stay there for long. I was there when they won the 76 championship. Yeah, I was with them then. Yeah, I know this. But then I came back when they went and got Bob McAdoo. I was like, okay, we can come back to y'all now. They got Bob McAdoo, Spencer Haywood. I was like, oh, okay. And then one of my favorite coaches, Hubie Brown. Hubie Brown was there when they went and got Bernard King. And I had a lot of hope when they drafted Michael Ray Richardson out of Colorado. That boy could ball, but drugs messed him up. Yeah, but Michael Ray Richardson had the talent to be Hall of Fame. Michael Ray Richardson was that dude. Some of y'all don't remember, don't see him, but Michael Ray Richardson, the Knicks drafted this kid out of Colorado, and this boy could ball. No, there was no doubt. He was better than Mark Jackson. He was better than Rod Strickland. Michael Ray was that dude. For real. I ain't even exaggerating. Michael Ray was a dude, man. And I was like that. When I saw him, you know, they interviewed him once. And he dude, after the game, Kyle Ramsey's interviewing him. Dude is high as a kite. Anybody could see it. And I was like, dude really is on drugs. I was worried then because I was like, Dad, we had a dude that could bring us back to prominence. And he was hooked on coke, man. Dad. Yeah, he was a dude on both ends of the ball. He could play defense. He was like 6'6". He was a point guard, but he can play defense, and he could score. Oh, for real. Michael Ray was that dude. You know what was funny though? Michael Ray slapped what's that dude's name? He slapped this big dude that used to be with the Pistons bad boys. Michael Ray slapped him in the face in the game. I mean, he slapped him in the face. Of course, he ran after that, but he slapped him in the face. Rick Mahorn, he slapped Rick Mahorn in the face. I'll never forget that. He was playing for the Nets, Michael Ray at that time, and he slapped Rick Mahorn in the face. Straight slapped him. Bang! I was like, no, you didn't. Rick Mahorn will kill you, man. At that time, it was a lot more physical, and they allowed a lot more fights than they do now. Now ain't nobody fight. But back then, dudes used to throw down, man, for real. Yeah, they used to throw down. So Rick Mahorn, I don't know what happened, but Mick Mahorn and Michael Ray got in a scuffle, and they was grabbing Michael Ray, right? And before they grabbed him back, he reached up, popped the mess out of Mick Mahorn. Because Mick Mahorn was like it was more embarrassing. Oh man, there was some times back then, but yeah, we could have really used Michael Ray if he wasn't hooked on coke. And then of course there was Bernard was that dude too. Bernard was that dude, man. Nobody, not Michael, not Larry Bird, not Michael Jordan. Nobody wanted to see Bernard King. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Nobody wanted to see Bernard King. Nobody. I'll tell you that right now. Thank you, Miss Stevenson. I appreciate that. Yo, it's almost time for the game. Always fun. Always good hanging out. Always good chilling with Knicks Nation. Always good chilling with y'all. We're going to go over this game on Monday. Like I said, tomorrow I got an appointment with my fellas. We getting ready to do some things with these gats. But on Monday, we're going to talk about this game. Hopefully, we're talking about some success. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Organic. We're going to meet you. I'm going to meet you at the spot, right? I'm going to meet you. This going to be in the parking lot. Noon. Be there or be square, right? Be there or be square. Noon. In the parking lot. Okay? Okay. Shalom, y'all.